a little over 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago now, and there was a little flower shop and bar hybrid business in my neighborhood when I moved to Brooklyn, and I got a little job there working at the flower part section. Anyway, the first day I worked in the flower shop, I fell in love. They had flowers I'd never seen before, like pincushion proteas and thistles and a real garden style aesthetic that I hadn't seen in a flower shop before. Like I was just used to like a dozen red roses and carnations that my dad would get my mom growing up, and like my relationship to cut flowers was not one of like, you know, intention. Like I didn't mean to get into the floral industry, but here I am. Almost a decade later. And I had this vision of like florists designing in our studio, and then also having customers walking in and being part of that experience and seeing what goes into floristry. Floristry is hard work, and it's interesting, it's beautiful, and it's part of the whole story of what stems is. And when I was looking at Bushwick, I was like, wow, it's just like, this is the urban jungle. Here, there's such a need for, you know, plants in your home and, you know, having beautiful flowers, even if you just want to come in and buy like one beautiful stem, because that just brings us so much happiness and to bring joy and a little piece of nature inside. That's a big part of it too. Part of working with, you know, local flowers all year long is about having sort of a signature look that I can pull in different aspects but still keep our look, right? So we're always going to have things like a free spirit rose, we're always going to have a thistle and a ruscus and a billy button. Those are not local. Only during very specific times of year is a billy button going to be local. But what it does is it allows us to buy, you know, starting from April until November, we're buying a lot of local flowers. Like over 50% of our inventory is going to be locally sourced from relationships that I've built over time with farmers. And that's super important to me as well, with like composting to like work on our carbon, you know, emission as a business, recycling, you know, avoiding foam products like flower foam and plastics in our designs. That's another big thing we focus on. Because a lot of those things are carcinogenic and they're really horrible for our oceans and for the people that are handling them. Those plastics are full of like petroleum, so yeah, it's not cute. But anyway, we've always been focused on more sustainable floristry methods and techniques, which are part of the past, you know, 10 years of sourcing. That's part of the conversation, but just sustainable forestry in general. We really had to pivot hard. It was a challenge. And I think for myself, it really reminded me that, like, I love flowers first and foremost, and I love taking care of my customers, and I want people to have what we're offering because it is so special to me and it's a part of who I am. And I think COVID gave me a chance to kind of reconnect with that in a really special way and to kind of be part of the community again. So today it looks like a lot more plant sales. Like people are loving plants at home. They've been home for a year now. People are propagating and they're sharing plants with their friends, which is amazing. And because we're not leaving the home, people really needed flowers. It was like all of a sudden everyone was like, we just need something, you know? Cut flowers really are like one of the few things that I think as a customer you can go out, you can come to the shop, you can pick things out that you like. And it's like kind of a little self-help moment, you know, what's the word we're using these days? It's like, you know, self-love moment, not self-help. But I think it's a time for us to just spend a little bit of time and energy on ourselves. And that's what, you know, florals are, I think, on an individual level. I mean, I think like, I remember once like sending a bouquet to this guy I was dating, and I was like so excited for him to like come home to these flowers, and like I personally hadn't sent flowers in so long to someone, and he wasn't expecting it at all. And like when I got the text message of like, oh my God, you sent me flowers, it's like coming home from a long day and you have this like amazing gift. And like for a week and a half, he talked about like how well it was holding up, and he's like, I'm changing the water every day, I'm taking care of this thing. And I was like, ah. Like to me, that was so fun. For me too, it wasn't just about them receiving something, which is like a big part of it, but it's also like our customers are so thoughtful, like thoughtful people. And like that part is so cool. Like I get to work with people who are thoughtful gift givers, because you don't just order flowers. Like you're the kind of person that wants to like make someone else's day better, and like that's pretty cool.